Nothing. You're still basking in the warm sun, enjoying the peaceful ocean waves. You're breathing. Don't forget about breathing. Definitely need to be breathing. So you get to do nothing or everything, but you still need to be breathing. It's like really important.
Experience the difference with cruises to Alaska, the Caribbean, and Europe. Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry to the Bahamas and USA.
Everyone knows BrandSmart USA as the heavy hitters, like big screen TVs and appliances, but our lineup is way deeper than you think. We've got mattresses, furniture, and grills for the cookout, plus everything from fitness equipment, vacuums, AC units, the latest tech, and more to keep your home running like a pro. We make life easier with fast delivery, professional installation, haul away in our own in-house repair centers. All at the lowest price with 0% interest financing and buy now, pay later options. BrandSmart USA, favorite brands, lowest prices guaranteed.
Visit Miccosukee Casino and Resort, where fortune meets fun. With over 1,800 slot machines, high-stakes bingo, 24/7 poker, and exciting high-limit slots, there's something for everyone to enjoy. From luxurious accommodations and exquisite dining at La Brisa to live entertainment and handcrafted cocktails at Temp Lounge, we thank you for choosing us as the premier casino, resort, brunch, and date night spot in Miami. Reimagined, redesigned. Rediscover Miccosukee Casino and Resort online at miccosukee.com.
Baseball is back, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. Los Angeles is trading at 32% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $305 if they regain the title. On Kalshi, you're trading against other people in a live market. No house, no odds makers. And as the odds move, you can buy in or out anytime throughout the postseason. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code GLOVE to get $10 when you trade $10. Kalshi. Kalshi. Trade on anything.
Thanks for listening to Miami Marlins Baseball on the home of the Marlins, WQAM.
Marlins Baseball is brought to you by ADT, the official security partner of the Miami Marlins, and by Werner Hoffman, Greg and Garcia, official law firm of the Miami Marlins.
Time for the 10th inning show on the home of the Marlins, WQAM. Here's the radio voice of the Marlins, Jack McMullen.
Well, the Marlins fall to the Washington Nationals in the series opener here on Friday night at Lone Depot Park by a final of 3-2. It was a weird one because all 5 runs in this ball game came in the first inning. Robbie Snelling struck out James Wood for his first major league punch out, his first major league out on 3 pitches in the top of the first inning. But after that, Curtis Mead stung a double into left center field. Then he struck out Brady House. But an RBI single from C.J. Abrams up the gut plate of the first run against Snelling, and a 2-run home run from Jacob Young tied a bow on Washington scoring. You'll hear those highlights a little bit later on in the 10th inning show. Same deal with Xavier Edwards. It was his 3rd leadoff home run of his career. X jumped on a Foster Griffin 4-seam fastball on a 3-1 count to immediately respond. And after an Otto Lopez double, Kyle Stowers plated him by reaching on a throwing error from the first baseman, Curtis Mead. And that was it. Zeros across the board. Robbie Snelling, humongous congratulations to him and everybody in his corner, his family and friends, his significant other. So many people to congratulate for Robbie Snelling getting up and making his major league debut, hopefully first of many in a Miami Marlins uniform. Snelling, the line would indicate that he struggled. 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all 3 earned. He did walk 4, and he punched out 2. The 4 walks was the uncharacteristic thing in that line. Snelling threw 86 pitches, 54 for strikes, but Robbie Snelling looked every bit the part of a major leaguer and a bright star for the Marlins moving forward. It was a successful outing for the bullpen. It was a successful outing for the bullpen for Miami. Anthony Bender with a 1-2-3 6th inning. John King got 2 outs, and then Tyler Phillips 2 1/3 scoreless out of the Marlins pen. But Foster Griffin, he was the story for Washington. He was outstanding at his 4th win of the year. 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. Just 1 was earned. He walked 1 and punched out 9. Griffin entered today with a 2.27 ERA. He leaves with a 2.12. Again, 7 innings, 1 earned run for the lefty Foster Griffin for Washington. We'll play the highlights when we come back. But before that, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Marlins Radio Network.
Marlins Baseball on WQAM-FM and HD1 Miramar, WQAM-AM Miami, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
Okay, now we step aside. Highlights when we come back on the Marlins Radio Network.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
I'm Adam Werner. As the official law firm of the Miami Marlins, Werner, Hoffman, Greg, and Garcia fights for our clients the same way the Marlins fight on the field, relentlessly and with a winning strategy. Our team represents clients in personal injury, workers' compensation, veterans' disability, bankruptcy, and Social Security cases. From our home office in Miami, Florida, we provide powerhouse legal representation built on dedication, experience, and results. If you need a team that's ready to step up to the plate for you, visit WernerHoffman.com. Werner, Hoffman, Greg, and Garcia, proudly serving the 305 community.
Everyone knows BrandSmart USA as the heavy hitters, like big screen TVs and appliances, but our lineup is way deeper than you think. We've got mattresses, furniture, and grills for the cookout, plus everything from fitness equipment, vacuums, AC units, the latest tech, and more to keep your home running like a pro. We make life easier with fast delivery, professional installation, haul away, and our own in-house repair centers. All at the lowest price with 0% interest financing and buy now, pay later options. BrandSmart USA, favorite brands, lowest prices guaranteed.
Out here, if you're doing nothing, you're doing everything right. Though on a cruise with Norwegian, even if you're doing nothing, you're still basking in the warm sun, enjoying the peaceful ocean waves. You're breathing. Don't forget about breathing. Definitely need to be breathing. So you get to do nothing or everything, but you still need to be breathing. It's like really important.
Experience the difference with cruises to Alaska, the Caribbean, and Europe. Norwegian Cruise Line. It's different out here. Visit ncl.com, call your travel advisor, or 1-888-NCL-CRUISE. Norwegian Cruise Line ships registry with Bahamas and USA.
This is Pete Fairbanks, and you're listening to the 10th Inning Show with Jack McMullen on the Marlins Radio Network.
Marlins fall to visiting Washington Nationals 3-2, pardon the final score in Robbie Snelling's debut. Let's play the highlights here. How did this ball game sound? Well, we're going to play the first hitter of the game because Robbie Snelling came on, immediately looked the part. Curveball, 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 and a first for Robbie Snelling. 0-2. Wood chases a breaking ball and a 3-pitch punch-out. Snell you later. The first major league strikeout for Robbie Snelling. And someone get that ball over to the third base dugout. So Robbie Snelling with his first major league strikeout on 3 straight breaking balls to James Wood. You would think first pitch in your major league career, just run it up, old country hardball, but not the case for Robbie Snelling. He was ready to go to the bender against James Wood, one of the more dangerous bats in baseball. Another one of the more dangerous bats in baseball, open scoring a few hitters later after a Curtis Mead double. C.J. Abrams brought him home. C.J. Abrams lines one into center field. That'll get down on a hop in front of Esteri Ruiz. Mead off on contact will come in and score. And C.J. Abrams has his 34th RBI. Washington open scoring. It's 1-0. RBI number 34 for Abrams did tie him with Liam Hicks for the major league lead in runs driven in. A couple of hitters later, the next hitter, the big blow for Washington came off the bat of Jacob Young. Next pitch, that one hammered out to left and deep. Sanoja is back on the track at the wall, and it's gone. Jacob Young smashes a baseball out of here. Carried a .930 OPS in 24 games against the Marlins, coming in here, and a 2-run shot makes it 3-0 Washington in the top of the first. But we got to the bottom of the first inning, and X had an immediate response. He was ahead in the count, 3 balls and a strike against Foster Griffin, and he got his ace swing off. 3-0 Washington at the bottom of the first inning, and X pounces on a ball, drills it, left center field. Lyle is back at the track, and that one's gone.
Look out, little man.
X-Man, his 3rd home run on the year. An advantage count, and he pummeled a baseball. 400 feet to left center, and the fish are on the board. It's 3-1. So Xavier Edwards, from the right side, a place that he has struggled over the course of his career, hit a ball 400 feet and had left his bat at 104 miles an hour. Just amazing. And again, the 3rd leadoff home run from Xavier Edwards in his major league career. On the heels of that, Otto Lopez doubled down the left field line against Foster Griffin. Kyle Stowers put the next one in play, and an errant throw from Curtis Mead made this thing tight. 1-2 to Stowers. That kind of jammed him. It's plucked on one hop by the first baseman, Meade. He throws to Griffin, and it gets right by Griffin. Hits off the facing of the first base dugout. Otto will come in to score, and Stowers will push to second. It's similar to how that ball game ended last night. Fish get another run across, 3-2 in the bottom of the first. It looked like that throw was on target, but Griffin just whiffed it while the pitcher went to cover first base. Well, that score held all the way home, but there were a couple instances where the Nationals could have piled on a little bit more, but the Marlins defense stepped up today, in large part because of the minor league Gold Glove Award winner among pitchers last year, Robbie Snelling, fielding his position in a magical way in the fourth. And now he lays another one down. He's flying too. Snelling off the hill. He fires a submarine throw to first, and it's in time to get Nunez. How about that play from Robbie Snelling?
He's an athlete.
Snelling came sprinting off the mound. It was a great bunt from Nunez. He pushed it down the first base line. Snelling off the hill, totally off platform. He fires that low sidearm toss to first base, but he got enough mustard on it for out number 2. Again, Robbie Snelling won the minor league Gold Glove Award. Joe Mack won that in 2024. That's awarded to the best catcher, not in the International League, not in AAA baseball, in all of minor league baseball. Low A, high A, double A, triple A. Robbie Snelling was the best defensive pitcher at fielding his position in all of minor league baseball last year, and he showed it off. To end his major league debut, it was a jam. Runners at the corners and one away for C.J. Abrams, one of the more dangerous bats in the bigs, but Robbie Snelling rolled a ground ball to get through 5. The one from Snelling on the way. And Abrams with a bouncing ball over to second. X has got that. He shuttles to second for 1. On to first in time for the double play. Just what the doctor ordered. X flicked it onto Otto Lopez, who fired a dart to first base to get Abrams. 4-6-3 on Snelling's second double play that he rolls tonight, and the inning is over. That, unfortunately, was all she wrote. The Marlins, they did put up a threat in the bottom of the 9th inning after 2 quick outs. Sonoja, he bounced an infield single over to short. The pinch hitter, Heriberto Hernandez, worked to walk, and that brought Leo Jimenez to the plate. But unfortunately, P.J. Poulin got an out Washington needed. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. And the pitch. That one a roller over to second. Nasim Nunez has got that. It's a foot race to second, and Nunez does just win it. He slaps the second base bag right before Heriberto Hernandez can get there with a feet first slide. And that is a 4 unassisted fielder's choice to end this ball game. Things got hairy for Washington. The Marlins applied pressure, but P.J. Poulin got the ground ball when he needed it. The Marlins fall in Robbie Snelling's major league debut and in the series opener to the Washington Nationals on Friday night by a final of 3-2. So that was how this one sounded. When we come back, we'll check on the out-of-town scoreboard, and you'll hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, after this one. 10th Inning Show continues next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Hey, turn the music down for 1 second. Listen. That annoying sound is probably nothing, right? That's how expensive repairs start. John Crook here. In baseball, ignore the signs, and you will pay for it. Same thing with your car, because breakdowns don't wait until you're ready. That's why there's Car Shield. They can help cover the cost of expensive repairs. When something goes wrong, you've got a plan.
Don't get caught looking. Get a free quote today at carshield.com. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Everyone knows BrandSmart USA as the heavy hitters, like big screen TVs and appliances, but our lineup is way deeper than you think. We've got mattresses, furniture, and grills for the cookout, plus everything from fitness equipment, vacuums, AC units, the latest tech, and more to keep your home running like a pro. We make life easier with fast delivery, professional installation, haul away, in our own in-house repair centers. All at the lowest price with 0% interest financing and buy now, pay later options. BrandSmart USA, favorite brands, lowest prices guaranteed.
In Miami, wherever there's a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you know you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Take advantage of a Pricito now on all of your favorite new Kia models, like a Sportage, Sorento, Telluride, K5, Soul, and more. Don't wait. Hurry to Doral Kia today. Don't miss your chance to save on a new Kia. With easy financing, fast service, and the best value for your money. Because you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or start shopping for your Pricito now at DoralKia.com. Present any Miami Kia dealer's unexpired new vehicle advertisement for verification. Other Lithia dealerships do not qualify. The competing offer must be available for immediate purchase at the advertised price. The competitor's vehicle must be identically equipped as our in-stock vehicle used for comparison.
Tenth Inning Show rolls on here. Marlins fall to the visiting Washington Nationals 3-2 on Friday night in the series opener. You'll hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, in a matter of moments. But before that, I want to check on the out-of-town scoreboard. And I'm going to start with the game in Milwaukee. 6-0. The Brewers get the win over the New York Yankees. 6 runs on 8 hits for Milwaukee. Nothing on 3 hits for the Yankees. Shane Drohan, he got his first major league save for Milwaukee. He fired the final 3 innings. But the star of the show here, Jacob Misiorowski. Misiorowski, the same one that the Marlins plated 3 runs on in the bottom of the first inning at Lone Depot Park a few weeks ago. Misiorowski got his 3rd win of the year against the New York Yankees, one of the best teams in Major League Baseball so far this year. 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 11 strikeouts. So Misiorowski punched out 11 New York Yankees in 6 innings of 2-hit shutout baseball. Jacob Misiorowski, in the history of tracking velocity from starting pitchers, threw the 7 hardest pitches we have ever seen from a starting pitcher in this start against the Yankees tonight. 103.6, he hit that 3 times. He hit 103.5. He hit 103.3 twice, and he hit 103.2. Misiorowski threw tonight 9 of the 13 pitches ever thrown 103 miles an hour or harder from a starting pitcher. The only other guys that have done it, Jordan Hicks twice, Justin Verlander once. Jacob Misiorowski threw 9 pitches in the first 2 innings, north of 103 miles an hour. And another note here from Peyton Genus on Twitter, Jacob Misiorowski threw 22 pitches at least 102 miles an hour against the Yankees. That is 10 more than any other starting pitcher tracked has thrown in their entire career. Misiorowski was throwing absolute fireballs tonight. Quickly, some other final scores. Houston blanks the Reds in Cincinnati 10-0. They're in the bottom of the 11th in Philly. It's 9-7 Rockies over the Phillies. Again, bottom of the 11th inning. Toronto gets a win over the Angels 2-0, and Boston got a win over Tampa Bay 2-0. Other games involving the division, they're tied at 1 at the top of the 3rd between the Mets and the Diamondbacks. And then the Braves and Dodgers, they are getting going right now. Chris Sale throws at Dodger Stadium. There is no score in the top of the 1st. All right, let's hear from the skipper, Clayton McCullough, after this one.
When for both teams happened the first, just what do you make of a game like this?
Yeah, I mean, it seemed I'll start with Robbie there in the first. I mean, you think he starts his career with a strikeout and a couple knocks, the home run, and for him to really like navigate himself through 5 of not maybe the cleanest innings, but he really grinded well, showed a lot of moxie today, and we've seen we came back in that bottom of the 1st and got a couple. So then you kind of look at what kind of game might this be? Maybe it's back and forth and some scoring, and then both sides. Their starter did a really nice job, and Robbie after the 1st, and the guys who came in after him threw the ball really well. So it kind of maybe didn't end up like maybe you thought after the 1st inning, but it was good for us to see us answer. But unfortunately, we weren't able to really mount much there until very late.
How encouraging was it to see the way that Robbie was able to settle down and navigate through his debut? Yeah,
it's impressive. I mean, a lot of composure that I'm sure all the let him speak, but I'm sure all the emotions going into it, and you get a strikeout, and all of a sudden, you're down 3-0, and I think for him to rally and keep making some big pitches with people on base, couple double plays, I think really helped him out. But he never gave in, and even with the 4 walks, I mean, some of the misses were pretty close. So I mean, I think that he showed himself a lot tonight on it's your debut and all that goes into that. And for it to maybe not be the smoothest, but to go out there and do what a good starting pitcher does, which is to, limit as much as you can. And again, got us into the point in the game where, we're right there within a run. So a lot of really good takeaways from him. He should be proud of how he competed tonight and finished up his outing.
On the flip side, what was Griffin doing?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the righties. I mean, a lot of cutters kind of play the cutter, in on guys and the change up off of that. And, we just didn't put a whole lot of good passes on that pitch when he's able to, crowd a lot of guys there. So, I mean, he's having a really nice season. He's been throwing the ball well. And I think just that combo of, trying to bully guys in with action running into them and then go play the changeup off of it has been successful. Dump enough curveballs in there, early in count to steal some strikes. So he pitched a good game.
What is it about against Robbie's arsenal that he lent himself to be able to get out of some of those jams or some of the traffic on the bases?
It's a really good spin ball. And I think, he went to his changeup some as the outing went along. His fastball, it's a good pitch. So I think it's just he has enough weapons. And I think when he had to, bear down and make some pitches and get the ball off the barrel, he was able to do that. But it's certainly it's a deep arsenal, and I think he has the ability, he has feel to manipulate shapes and spin and play with some speed. So it's Robbie's. That's why we're so high on him. It's a lot of stuff, but there's field to pitch, and I think that there's a really solid competitor in there that his bat gets up against the wall, and I think he embraces those kind of moments and just go make one pitch at a time.
What does that say about his maturity as a pitcher, but also as a person as well, navigating himself in this level? And when he came in spring training, I think he had the game against Philadelphia. Very insightful and very reflective on how he was doing and knowing basically everything that went wrong and how it worked out.
It was impressive after the first inning. I mean, who knows? You come in and you probably have the expectations for it to go a particular way, but it went the way it went. And he just sat down. He got to talking with Rob and Daniel, and I think it was more about what's done is done, and now. All right, I got a lot of game left to go, and my job is to keep the team in there. And so I think it was just moving on to the next thing, which, as you mentioned, for a 22-year-old to come up and be able to slow things down enough at some of those times and make pitches while also in between innings. It was just it is what it is. Like I just got to be able now to move past that, and now let's go figure out what we're going to do next inning to put up a 0 and kind of just try to do that one inning after another.
What are you seeing in Stowers at bats since he's come back?
Yeah, I think the last at bat for me was encouraging. I think he actually it was a punch, but he seemed like less in between. Like he got some swings off, and I think the Kyle that we know is someone who's incredibly convicted in an approach. And I think Kyle is smart. I think he goes into an at bat with generally what he's looking for, where he's looking for it, and trust his eyes to lay off. And I mean, just feeling for it a little bit. To me, it looked like early on. And then, the last one, I think he got in there and got off some much more aggressive, convicted swings. And I think really it's just going to take him having a couple of games where, you flush a couple balls and you get some things moving, fall in your way a little bit for him to, just really take off.
You touched on how you guys sort of started to bounce back from that bottom of the first exit and the leadoff home run. Just what did that do for the dugout after giving up 3 in the top of the first to try to see that, hey, we're still right in this and try to do what you could there?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it was X's first major league home run from the right side. I mean, that was I think seeing a swing like that, speak on him for a second, I mean, that's probably one of the best balls I've ever seen him hit right-handed. I mean, it really was. But I think we've seen that all year long from really both sides. He's been terrific. But again, yeah, you bounce back. You come back. You're able to get the home run, the auto double. You get a couple runs back. So you're back in it. I'm sure that was, for Robbie, nice too. Okay, now I'm going back out in this thing. It's 3-2, and now let's just go, try to win a ball game. So, our guys will keep saying it. They just, again, I think they have a really nice ability to just kind of hang in there and figure out what's important now. The moment is what matters, and what's done is done. Let's just go try to figure out a way to scratch a couple across here early, whatever it is, chip away, and then try to give yourself a chance throughout the game.
And Tyler Phillips, you've been using him in the multi-inning role out of the pen, just 2 in the third, shutout again. What have you seen from him in that role this season?
Yeah, I mean, it's really important. I mean, it is the ability not only to go multiple innings, but how well he's performed. And I think in a game like tonight, we're right in that game. You're down 1 here at home, and I think the improvement of a lot of his pitch mix, I think, is just improving. The split finger's been really good versus left. He's getting more miss versus left than he has in the past. The confidence he has in his secondaries to be able to do that, and I think seeing now Tyler the last few 3 or 4 appearances, I think now he's getting in the efficiency with still getting some miss. So yeah, I mean, Tyler can do a lot of things for our team. We'll continue to ask for him to do that, but not only give us a couple innings, 2+, but to do it in such a such a way that that game stays right there, and he gave us every chance to to come back.
I know we've talked about him all season, but Otto extends his hit streak to 11. He's got his three-hit game. I think just what's allowed him to just be so consistent day in and day out.
Yeah, I mean, he's you get the double down the left field line. We've seen him multiple times here recently where he just, he's got some space on the other side of the field, and his ability to just, move the ball forward, his bat to ball skills, and take his knocks the other way. The ball hitting the right center. I mean, just hung up a little bit, but he really stung that ball. He's hitting the ball to all fields. He's staying on a lot of pitches. I think it's he's elevating balls with more regularity this year, especially early in counts, getting himself in, some good spots. And, he's always been an aggressive hitter, I think now, but everything we're seeing a much more controlled aggression to what he's looking for, especially, pre-2K. And I think that's allowing him to, he's on a real heater here for really, month plus. So he's been great.
All right, that was the skipper, Clayton McCullough. After this one, when we come back, we tie a bow on the 10th inning show here. Marlins fall 3-2 to the visiting Washington Nationals. 10th inning show concludes next on the Marlins Radio Network.
Upgrade your family vacation with an unforgettable escape to the Palm Beaches. From outdoor adventures and laid-back beaches to thrilling family attractions and animal encounters, the Palm Beaches have something for everyone. Discover premier resorts with creative kids clubs that will keep the little ones entertained while you enjoy world-class golf and spas. We are the original, the one, the only, the Palm Beaches. Plan your trip at thepalmbeaches.com.
Everyone knows BrandSmart USA as the heavy hitters, like big screen TVs and appliances, but our lineup is way deeper than you think. We've got mattresses, furniture, and grills for the cookout, plus everything from fitness equipment, vacuums, AC units, the latest tech, and more to keep your home running like a pro. We make life easier with fast delivery, professional installation, haul away, in our own in-house repair centers. All at the lowest price with 0% interest financing and buy now, pay later options. BrandSmart USA, favorite brands, lowest prices guaranteed.
In Miami, we don't drink coffee, we drink cafecito. Our pastries, we call them pastelitos. And when we want a low price, we know you always pay less with your pricito at Doral Volkswagen. Take advantage of a pricito now on all of your favorite new Volkswagen models, like a Tiguan, Jetta, Taos, Atlas, and more. Don't wait. Hurry to Doral Volkswagen today. Don't miss your chance to save on a new Volkswagen with easy financing, fast service, and the best value for your money. Because you always pay less with your pricito at Doral Volkswagen. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or start shopping for your pricito now at DoralVolkswagen.com. Present any Miami Volkswagen dealers on expired new vehicle advertisement for verification. Other Lithia dealerships do not qualify. The competing offer must be available for immediate purchase at the advertised price. The competitor's vehicle must be identically equipped as our in-stock vehicle used for comparison.
Well, the Marlins fall 3-2.
Man.
It's amazing. The Marlins fall 3-2 in the series opener to the Washington Nationals on Friday night at Lone Depot Park. Robbie Snelling made his major league debut, 5 innings of 3-run baseball, but unfortunately Foster Griffin was outstanding. Again, 7 innings, a 2-run ball, just 1 was earned. He punched out 9. Steven Strom, where are you going on this one?
I mean, look, you leave here with a sour taste in your mouth knowing, kind of how this game ended up unfolding for the Marlins. I'll be positive here. I'm a glass half full guy. Yeah, it was great to see Robbie Snelling. Honestly, it was great to see him just be able to hang in there after putting up a 3 spot in that first inning. A lot of guys, 22 years old, MLB debut, usually it spirals. I love that he didn't let that happen.
Yeah.
Still going to be, I think, a work in progress as far as the walk stuff. This, I think this is a really good first start for him to go to the video room, break down some things. We'll see if they like the mix, whatever it may be. From that standpoint, congratulations to Robbie Snelling, first of so many, and I saw a lot of things I loved. the last thing, like it's been a frustrating homestand, for the Marlins. This is the third 1-run loss. It's not like they're out of these games, Jack. I mean, all of them they are in. It's just a matter of, I think, not only taking a lead, but now you just have to build off of that lead. You have to expand your lead. You're getting decent pitching, especially on this homestand from the majority of these guys. Like they put, the Marlins in a position to win. So, and then you look at the homestand as a whole right now. Outside of the shutout against the Phillies, like I would say only one of those games haven't been less than 3 runs on the defeat. So again, they're right there. And it's just going to be a matter of hopefully breaking through tomorrow. And I know Zach Littell has struggled for the Nationals. We don't even know if he's going to start because he's come out of the bullpen, for the last couple, but feel good about Jansen. Just, we got to get back on track. We got to get back on track.
Yeah, especially going into a road trip that will be to Minnesota in Tampa, and Tampa's pitching. Minnesota's pitching as well. So, it's just the nature of, or the fact of the matter is you just got to get going offensively a little bit, and we will see if the Fish can do that tomorrow. Littell, to your point, the ERA doesn't look good.
No.
They protect him as of late, but the ERA is not
He
good.
came out of the bullpen against Milwaukee last week, 3 1/3, 1 run. And if that's how they're going to do it, that's how they're going to do it.
And we just saw Brad Lord. So, all right, if you get Littell for 4, jump on him for 4. So, you know what? We shall see what happens tomorrow at 4:10 p.m. It'll be Zach Littell, who is the probable against Jansen Junk, who we know is getting the ball on Saturday. So, huge thank you to Trevor Harris in studio today. For Steven Strom, for Rod Allen, I'm Jack McMullen saying so long from Lone Depot Park. Back at it tomorrow with a 3:30 Marlins on deck. This has been a presentation of Miami Marlins baseball on the Marlins Radio Network.
The preceding game